10. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna make a... Sorry, y'all. Today is the 13th of May, 2025, and today is exactly 5 years ago, today on this day. 5 years ago is the last day I saw B, my twin flame, my love, my partner, my girlfriend, my lady. Today, 5 years ago, is the last day I saw her actually alive and in my vicinity, because we had a social distance visit at the place I was living, and we sat outside in the backyard on a giant blanket on the corners across from each other so that we wouldn't touch, so my roommates wouldn't freak the fuck out and think, oh, I'm gonna get COVID from her. First of all, she didn't die of COVID. She died from a aneurysm in her brain caused from something. Anywho, so excuse me if I get verklempt, or I have a moment to pause, or I seem irritated or pissed off, because I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just having a moment about that. So, I think the reason I'm having that moment is because I'm about to talk about the twin flame journey again. I don't really understand why my guides are asking me to make this video. It just doesn't seem like anybody pays any attention to them, and that's fine. I mean, thank you to the people that do watch my videos. Hopefully you're getting something from them. I don't know. I have a piece of paper here. It's quite large. As you can see, I have some scribbles and stuff on it, and for some reason I got a download the other day, and I was like, what? I haven't had any downloads in a while, and I got this one, and I thought it was just for me, but as I keep looking at it, it explains some things, and so I decided maybe it'll help some other people understand a few things about this journey and the twin flame journey specifically. And the next thing I know, I was writing some things down and drawing little doodles and stuff. So I don't know if you can see this. There's this tiny little thing. It's a circle with a letter. Excuse me. Pardon me. You can see it. I don't need to explain to you. It looks like a circle with a little dot inside. Then you have this thing, and then this thing. And whatever I wrote is backwards to you. It's in a mirror state, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to flip that to make it look so you can understand what I've got written here. But I was told, this is, if anybody knows, this is the Yin and Yang symbol of the energy. And it is also used in some cultures. I don't know if it's used everywhere. It's a huge representation for me personally. I resonate with it. It is a huge representation to me of the twin flame energies when they are in their original state before they come to this 3D plane called Earth, and in the reunionized state after the twin flames have their awakenings and do their soul work. Then it goes back to that state of originality, being in the yin and yang. And this thing right here. No, I'm sorry, that's the tree of life. Sorry. This thing. It goes, from what I understand, the download I got is this is for twin flames only. There's a couple other things in here, and apparently it is something that happens to, I don't know about all the people that come to Earth, but apparently there's people that are earthbound souls. There's people that aren't tied to the earth and their energy as souls. There's people that are no souls, or NPCs, I think is what some people call them, or narcissists. There's some people, they just don't have a soul. Apparently they don't have a soul. It's just a shell of a body walking around for whatever reason. This is a game. It's the Matrix. If you ever play video games, There's characters of people walking around. You never interact with them. They just walk around just to like fill the space. And that might be what an NPC does. I don't really know. I try not to fucking... I don't have any interest in that. So, this part I'm about to tell you is specifically for the twin flames only. The energetic body of the twin flames. Here's the other thing. Let me just say this before I spit this information to you. I have always been told that energy is neither created nor destroyed, but energy comes from somewhere. My origins of energy, I have no idea where that is. Somebody, somewhere, somehow. And when I say somebody, I mean some energetic body, entity, spirit, something somewhere birthed me into existence and put me in this body. I decided to come in this body as the energetic being I am. But I came from somewhere, and the origin of how energy is created, I don't know that anyone will ever be able to know. Because they always say energy is neither created nor destroyed, it just changes shape. And I believe that's true. So who knows where the origins of any kind of energy ever comes from? Other energies, obviously, but where does the original energy come from? That is my actual question that I've always had, and it doesn't seem to get answered. They say I'll find out when I go back to where the hell it came from. So anyways, the way they explained it to me, and I don't know this is actually how the energetic body of twin flames work, but it says that the twin flames only go through the same cellular process as twins in a womb. It's just done energetically. So apparently at some point we are this being, this void, this feminine, masculine energy in a singular cell. And then it goes through some kind of metamorphosis and becomes this in the energetic realms. And this thing is, and I've said it before in videos, if you listen to a gentleman named Alan Watts, he's no longer alive, he's passed away, he was a spiritual guru. He talks a lot about, I've seen many videos where he's using this symbol as an example to describe energies. And he says as we see it before we're awakened, or from the Western perspective, for some reason, this energy, this symbol, people sometimes, or for some reason, say that these energies are chasing each other. And he's like, nope, that's bullshit. They're not chasing each other. They're working in tandem. If they're balanced, they're working in tandem, and they're spinning in a circle, an energetic circle that is like a dance. They're dancing. And it's funny that he says that, because my late girlfriend, my late twin flame, she used to tell me, she was like, hey, when you dream, do you astral travel? And I was like, probably, because I tried to astral travel once, and I did. I astral traveled. I laid down to meditate and decided I'm going to try to astral travel. So I put on this astral traveling music, and I was astral traveling. I didn't realize I was until I got jarred out of my astral travel by my roommate's dogs barking, and the next thing I know, my body slammed onto my bed where I was laying. It felt like I fell from the sky back into my body, and I was jarred awake. So yes, and the funny thing, and the reason I bring that up is because she was like, well, we meet up all the time in the astral plane. And I was like, really, what do we look like? And she's like, we're energies. We're an energy. And when we meet up in the astral plane, we come together and we make the yin yang, and we twirl around and dance. She was like, we dance. The whole time we're together, we're dancing and spending time together. And I was like, that's fucking cool as shit. That's so cool. So I think it's very interesting that Alan Watt, way before I even met this lady and had my experience with her, was claiming, hey, and saying and stating, these are energies that are swirling together. These are energies that are working in tandem with each other in a cohesive unit, and they're not chasing each other. They're spinning and dancing in delight. They're spinning and dancing in pure joy and ecstasy. So I think that's kind of interesting. So the reason I'm bringing all this up, and I'm sorry for the length of this video, man. I might redo it to kind of get straight to the point, but there's so much fucking shit. There's so many things. So, okay. Here's something to remind you of, everybody. We carry both feminine and masculine energies in this flesh costume. This costume, just because you are a man, just because you were born a man, or maybe you are a trans person like myself and you identified and transgender. You transition to the gender you feel more aligned with because you're like, that's how my soul aligns. Just because you're walking around in that body and maybe you label yourself as a feminine, meaning a woman, or a masculine, meaning a man, does not mean that you don't have the other energies in you. You have both feminine and masculine energies inside of your little costume at all times. And I've said this in a video before. You can find a way to bring those two energies into balance. You are operating from those energies throughout your entire life. It's just depending on which energy you're utilizing at the time you're taking action or doing whatever. The masculine energy is usually described as more an actionable state, and the feminine energy is usually described as a more allowing state, a birthing state, bringing things into existence and allowing them to come into existence. So there's this allowance of having things birth. And then the masculine energies, I guess, do whatever they need to do to move the stuff around. And then the feminine allows the stuff to happen. That's the way I understand it. And if anybody wants to elaborate, please do so in the comment box. But that to me is the gist of the feminine and masculine energies. So everyone has those energies. Now, for the twin flames, when you choose to come to Earth, and you come down to Earth because you're descending, you have to remember, this place is at a lower vibration than the energetic veil or the energetic spaces or the ethereal places that we all speak about. The vibrations are very, very high. So when you come to Earth, you drop your vibration. And because of that, this is what was explained to me. You lose the dot as you descend. You don't necessarily lose it, but it gets dirty. It gets crap on it. Traumas that you experience through life. And when I say trauma, that's bad. That's a bad situation. So all the poopiness, all the poo-poo that you have entangled in, that covers up the dot in your energy if you are a twin flame. So you kind of like lose the dot as you descend to the 3D, or it gets dirty or covered up, or is this film on it of just muck and crap energy. And this is why we forget who we are when we get here. But we still have the codes inside of us to awaken ourselves or others, because some of us walk around waking each other up. Like some people have that as a job. All they do is have an existence here, and they go around being the divine being that they are and being authentically themselves, and through those actions they wake other people up to their divinity, to remember, hey, I'm a divine being in this body. So when you do the alchemy, when you are a twin flame and you do your soul work, which some people call alchemy, you're polishing what I call polishing the metal, polishing the dot. You're cleaning up your shit, you're cleaning up your poo-poo trauma, you're cleaning up all the things that hold you back from being you, or hold you back from whatever it is you desire, or the life you want to live, or the things you want to do. Once you get all that stuff polished up, you reveal your shadow. Because your shadow is carrying all those things. And your shadow is not a bad thing. Your shadow serves a purpose. Your shadow actually protects you sometimes. Now, if you have traumas, sometimes your shadow can take over and be overly protective. And then you retreat into yourself in a bad way. And you kind of just don't ever really fully experience life or fully engage. And that happened to me. That happens to a lot of people. That happened to me as I was growing up. But once you reveal your shadow and understand that and do your work, then you integrate your shadow back into your etheric body. You integrate the two, meaning you're revealing the dot on both sides of the energies that you encompass. So you have both energies inside of you. Now, one of the twin flames is going to be more acting in the masculine energies, and the other twin flame is going to be acting in the more feminine energies when you guys probably meet for the first time. And then when you go and do your shadow work or your soul work, you're polishing both dots. You're getting both dots of the energies inside of you integrated so that you can have your own union of your own divine feminine and masculine energies inside of you. And once that happens, that's when the universe goes, huh, hey, they can come back into union. And then you have a balanced feminine, masculine, not only in yourself, but reciprocating between you and this other version of you, this other energetic version of you in another vessel. And then the two of you come together into union. You do your service to humanity, which is whatever you choose it to be. And then you're working in balance and having a reciprocal balance of energy between the two of y'all, which overflows each other's cups, overflows your own cups, overflows each other's cups, and then you can decide if you want that overflow to go back into yourselves, back into each other, or back out into the rest of the world. And that's what I was told how it works. And when you integrate, you're revealing the dot on both sides and accepting the I am of yourself. And that is how you get your dot in the center of either side. Now, I wish I had a way to do this in a visual way, because that would be fucking cool. What I'm seeing in my head is really cool, but I don't have the means or the know-how to make that happen. Because the way I see it in my head is like literally the cell splitting, making the yin and yang thing, coming down through this portal and like, and then splitting apart, going into each vessel, having the masculine and feminine parts of you in there, but one is dominating the other. Then you two in the vessels and the bodies, the human bodies, meet. Boom! Make the mirror to each other. Wake each other up. And then you, oh my God, I gotta go do this work because I have this other energy embodiment in me that I've been ignoring or haven't been paying a lot of attention to or haven't been nurturing as much. I need to go take care of that. And then once you do that, you go, oh, I got both of these energies inside me. Let me polish this little dot over here. Let me polish this little dot over here. And then the energies come back together and magnetize together and work in tandem, like Alan Watt is saying. And then you and your other vessel of your energy and another vessel, your twin flame, the other half of your energetic body, comes together and you guys do the same. It's like this magnet. I think in my video, there's a video I made a while ago. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember the title of it, but I'm very upset because I'm like, fucking go do your work. And I talk about it. At the very end of the video, I'm like, you're like two magnets. You come together, but you don't. And you do, but you don't. You do, you come together, but the energies are like magnetized. So they're there and they're attracting, but they're... Doesn't mean they're not together. Doesn't mean they're not working together. Doesn't mean they're not in union. They're just... And this magnetic field is making them go around and around and around. And then you're dancing in tandem. You're in a union, doing the thing you said you were gonna do as a couple. So that's what I was given. Oh, also, let me just say this real quick. Oh, yes, then you become two balanced magnetic poles brought together in union, making boop. And if you actually look at this, it's actually that. See that? I want to do a video where I'm drawing it. I think I might do that. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully you can see my paper and my pencil. I'm left-handed, and I apologize that it kind of covers up when I'm trying to do stuff artistically, but hopefully, let me see if I can find a spot on the paper where you can see the stuff that I'm going to draw. Here? No. Here better? Yes, maybe here. Okay, look. Here's how we see the yin and yang usually. Most people draw it like this, something like this. And then there's this little thing here. Woo! And then you got the one over here, right? Okay. But if you actually... I hope you can see this, I really do. It's kind of a bummer. But if you actually draw an 8... Oh my god, that just went right through the paper because of my pencil. If you draw an 8 and then draw a circle around it and then do this and then do this, see? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope so. I hope you do. I hope you see what I was trying to say. I might have to redo this, but I hope you get what I'm saying. Twin flames are never separated. There's always an etheric cord. I don't know what I don't personally know what each etheric cord looks like for every twin flame couple, but I do know what mine looks like, and mine is an etheric red cord because I've been told. I've been told in meditation, I've been told by a medium, I've been told by a heart healer, and I've been told by my shaman that there is an energetic red cord that attaches from my energetic body to my twin flame's energetic body. And then one time I watched a reading, it resonated with me. Sorry, y'all, I'm getting verklempt just thinking about her. I watched a reading once that really resonated, and they said our cord was not only red, but it's filled with like fucking stars and the universes. It's like solar systems and stars. So I don't know if that's for everybody, but that's apparently what our cord looks like, our energetic cord. So yeah, I hope this helps someone understand some things about their twin flame journey, because this is a pretty tough journey to choose to be on. And all those that have chosen it, they did it before they came to Earth. I would really love to know where that building is in heaven, or the space, or cosmos, or wherever the hell it is that we go for our I was in the military, so I like to think of it as like a debriefing. Like we go for a briefing and then a debriefing when we get done with our life here. It's just like, I just wonder where she and I sat down in some room and were given a pamphlet that said, hey, here's your options for your Earth trip. And we looked at each other and went, let's do that. That sounds great. Oh, well, one of us is going to die before we finish our mission together. Oh, that's fine. Let's do it anyways. Because guess what's going to happen afterwards? Blah, 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 all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. So, yeah. Anywho. Oh, there was one last thing. And this is just basically for everybody, I guess. And I don't remember what I was watching or looking at or whatever, but I wrote this down, and I feel that it's I think it kind of applies. I personally feel it applies to everybody here. So I'm just going to say it, and if you resonate with it, great. If not, well, don't worry about it. Hate based upon an ideology or people or beliefs of others shows an alignment with the XYZ, whatever it is they hate, and exposes the desire and or fear or jealousy that they're carrying, therefore they project. And that just shows that they haven't accepted or healed whatever it is they don't like, whatever it is they hate. For whatever reason, their souls, or their egos, rather, will not let them process the fact that somebody's doing it differently than them, or somebody looks different from them, or whatever. They don't understand it, or they don't know it, or they haven't studied it in a way that is an open-minded way, and so they go, fuck you, and they say, I hate you. That's a projection. And that's hard to realize when you're in the heat of the moment sometimes, and you're the one feeling the hate from somebody else. And that's really hard to see when you are the one spewing the hate at people, because you're refusing to see yourself in that light. And that's a hard thing to do. That's having, like I said, that's having to hold a mirror to yourself and go, oh shit, I'm doing some bad shit that I shouldn't be doing to people. That's really hurtful. I shouldn't say or do those things. Accepting is the realization that leads to awareness, and then taking movement to allow the healing or healed. Taking movement or action to allow the healing, which brings a new, healthy, wealthy self-view, and you reshape and you begin anew. Hopefully that made some sense. That's what I got. Anyways, I gotta go. My day is my day, and I want to go do some things that I do, even if that means I just sit and do nothing, because I've been feeling the feels lately, and I just want to go have that moment and remember my lady. So, hopefully this video was informative to someone. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. Take care of yourself.